Let's all roll for our hobby. Let's all roll for our hobby. Oh, let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Tipsy's drunk as shit. Onyx loves to hit. Ooh, Rock's magic is handy. Toot Toot's music is dandy. So let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Toot.
Come, friend, now lend me an ear for a tale of Victor the Weird. He went on an adventure with he, him, and himself, and also his mighty fine beard. Now gather round, I'll tell you about this mighty beast. He may look as human, as mere as you, friend, but soon your eyes will feast upon this marvelous creature with many body parts. His one shirt may fool you, but what if I told you his chest had 4 red hearts? One mouth but 1,000 voices, one mind and limited choices. 2 handsome dice, 2 handsome dice. The audience rejoices. He's going to play D&D with him, himself, and he. Those are his pronouns, it's really profound. It's time for D&Me, featuring Victor and Victor and Victor, and Victor and Victor and Victor, and Victor and Victor and Victor and Victor and Victor and Victor and Victor. One knows who knows how many repeats. So come and sit down in an empty seat. It's time for D&Me. 2 eyes, 4 cheeks, 2 souls on his feet, 2 hands for winning and foes to defeat, 1 tongue, 2 lips through which to speak, but just one but.
Hey everybody, welcome to D&Me. I'm Victor Rivera and I play with myself. I play D&D with myself, and welcome to episode 30 of D&Me. Tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, so that's why I do this. St. Patrick's Day is the green holiday, and if I have all of this on at the same time, then I will be invisible. I'll just be a floating sliver of a person. So, yeah. Thank you, Poppy. I like the Irish hat. Yeah. This is also my my very first 4-leaf clover I ever found. So, isn't that cool? Excellent. All right. Let's do this. So, last we left off. No, I'm kidding. All right. This is very silly. Let's at least put it on. Let's see what the green screen looks like. Whoop. Uh-huh. All right. Yeah. I think that's a good look. So. No, that's so silly. All right. I have been wearing that for the past 20 minutes. Whew. All right, while I take off my green outfit, we have 3 songs, 3 musics. The music just then was, the first one was pre-show music by Crystal Dragon Beats. You can find them at CRD Beats on Crystal Dragon Beats. The second was the Let's All Roll for Our Hobby song. I spent 2 hours writing, recording, and editing that yesterday, and the pre-show placard is one that we worked on for the first few Dean artistries, but these last 2 Dean artistries were photoshopping the line work of our boys, and last night was coloring them. So these are my boy colored. I want to do some detail work for this next Dean artistry for Tuesday, but they look great so far. I'm really loving how they're coming along, and then I can do Dean merchandise and stuff. Future Victor, I want lyrics for the Let's All Roll for the Hobby. So, BRB cake, very important. PBO, we need to see your floating head. Exactly. Where did you get the invisibility cloak? And green screen technology is exactly what they used for the Harry Potter movies. So good call. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Yep. Cool. Well, let's get into good stuff. So over this past week, I went up to Gigabytes Cafe up in Marietta, Georgia. And it's a cute little cafe. Well, no, it's not little at all. It's humongous. So it's like a game store where you can have plenty of tables to work on. But Gigabytes Cafe. And they have like walls. They have aisles of miniatures. So I wanted to get to and open them during the show. All right, let's see which one first. Dun. Okay, this one. So this is... Ooh, the Were-Rat. So, Nozar's Marvelous Miniatures. Were-Rat and a Were-Tiger. The Were-Tiger I don't need, but give me that Were-Rat. Because we have 3. We have Cleo and Remy and Algernon. And this is like their transformed form. And they are primed and ready to paint out of the box, which is one of the cool advantages of, like, look at this little Were-Rat. Oh, it's so creepy. I really enjoy how, for D&Me, we are exploring what it is to be a monster. And our Were-Rats ain't monsters. They're good. They're just unfortunate. So that's amazing. And then the other one is doppelgangers. So aren't they weird and creepy looking? That's like the 6-foot-tall alien guys. So this is our princess. I was gonna say Princess Bonnie, but it's Princess Misdirection. Golly, I'm so funny, y'all. Oh boy. So eventually, when this show makes thousands and thousands of dollars, then I'll get like a full painting stuff. But it's kind of like the Signs aliens. Aren't they good? Slather some purple, and that's exactly right. I was thinking about it also after I bought these. I was like, man, it's so cool that there's a game where, like, it says, so this is the monster. And then you can go out and buy the monster or make your own monster and paint your own monster to whatever colors and specifications and alterations. And, oh, what a cool game. All right, that is now a mess on my desk that future Victor will deal with. So that was good. I haven't done this in a while, so I have one other instance of thanks, where I want to thank some people. Thank you to the McElroy family. So they run the Adventure Zone, which is a fabulous Dungeons & Dragons podcast. So thank you, Justin McElroy, and Travis McElroy, and Griffin McElroy, and Clint McElroy. You all have, like, really started the flame that is me loving D. So Balance is, I tell people all the time that Balance, their first arc, is one of the best pieces of art I've ever experienced in my life, like transcending the art of podcast or D&D show, like, and it had 69 episodes, so nice. But our boys here for Victorious appreciate your good boys, the Tres Honey boys. So Dodie or something says in the chat, don't need Were-Tiger yet. When's the year of the tiger for the Chinese calendar? Because if I can translate that into D&D. And then, but yeah, my main thing with thanks is that I thank them, and then I can put them on my IMDb page for this episode. So episode 31, it'll have Victor Rivera, and then my family as the associate producers because it has ass in it, and then Justin, Travis, Griffin, and Clint attached to my show. I'm like a little hermit crab now. Getting all the people that I like. I did that with Dungeons and Daddies earlier, so many episodes ago. But my last little thing, I have two more things. So I did in fact do some Dean research after the fact from episode 29, where Toot Toot casts some bardic inspiration at Tipsy, which came in the form of a low rumble and kind of a thunderous bellow. I looked it up. Elephant communication. First of all, trumpeting. Elephants trumpet during excitement, distress, or aggression. But there are two cool special things about elephants, and thusly Malaxaran. One is infrasound, which is frequencies less than 20 hertz, which is lower than humans can interpret. So, like, they have some vocalizations of, like, really low vibrations. So that, but then seismics, which is vibrations produced by impacts on the Earth's surface, which travel up their legs and shoulder bones directly into the ear stuff. And some elephants like stomp on the ground in cases of danger, and they can be felt up to 32 kilometers or 20 miles away. So, like, an elephant herd can sense that another elephant herd is in trouble, and so then they'll go at them, which is amazing. And then vocalizations can be heard. This is like wolf howls, and how maybe they echo, maybe not, but like vocalizations for elephants can travel up to 16 kilometers or 10 miles. So I pulled a very good elephant fact out of my butt from, thanks. Oh, what is the elementary school, like, thin magazine? Like Animal Books or something? Mom, what is it? Tell me in the chat. 'Cause, yeah, that stems from that kind of stuff. Daddies, D&D. Oh, so Admiral Boo, there is a fabulous podcast called Dungeons and Daddies, which is not a BDSM podcast. That's their tagline, and it's very good. And they finished their first campaign, which is called Odyssey. And for my money, Zoo Books, thank you. Okay, I'll Zoo Books in a second. But for my money, Dungeons and Dragons is the densest D&D podcast for jokes. Like, there are more jokes per minute in that podcast than any other. And they're amazing. So I am completely up to date with D&Daddies, and I highly recommend them. So Zoo Books, thank you, Mom. Yes, Zoo Books. That was a very Zoo Books elephant fact. So send me more elephant facts, people, and I'll try and incorporate them. Like the time I tried to do feet facts for Tipsy when he was learning dexterity, but they were turning out to be gross. So I was like, nope, I'm good. Well, maybe now the seismics elephant feet connected. It's all connected. 31 episodes. My plan is finally, and then you see behind me like the yarn connecting, like red yarn to pinned up pictures and scribblings. All right. And then my last thing, D&Miscellanea. Rock has a background feature because he's a sage called Researcher, which is on page 138. Let me look at that real quick. Bam, bam, bam. All right. Because he is a sage. Is he a sage? Yeah. The feature is called Researcher. When you attempt to learn or recall a piece of lore, if you do not know that information, you often know where and from whom you can obtain it. Usually this information comes from a library, scriptorium, university, or a sage or other learned person or creature. Your DM might rule that the knowledge you seek is secreted away in an almost inaccessible place, or that it simply cannot be found. Unearthing the deepest secrets of the multiverse can require an adventure or even in a whole campaign. Oh, that's really cool. But yeah, I feel that when they wrote Dungeons and Dragons, that maybe they didn't have befriending and romancing a bookstore owner as part of the Researcher background feat. But I love all of the just sneaky stuff in it. So yeah, I wanted to point that out. I was looking at it, and I was like, oh, well, Rock will definitely know. Bookworm's treasure, again. Rock, we've been like 30 times this week. I know, but, oh no, I left my pencil over there. Great. Dodie or something says 2022 is the year of the tiger. Are you serious? Is that fact? Angelito El Guapo, is that accurate? Did she look that up? That sounds like it rings a distant bell. And then Admiral Blue says, oh shit, I'm always Researcher for Sage. Uh-huh. Yeah, so Isn't that great? And so there we go. That was fun. D&M recap. So, D&M recap, episode 30. Yeah, it's Tiger. Oh, and Mom looked it up. Well, dang. Let me set my where Tiger standing up on my desk now so I can stare at it pensively throughout this episode. Take that, future Victor. No. You hear in the future. No. Ooh, I can stand up all my little where rat and where tiger and my 2 doppelgangers. Excuse me. This is very important, and I need to do that right now. Yee, they look great. And then from 2023, you hear, not again. Ha! Perfect. Thank you, Admiral. PBO says, I'm a monkey, and because it's a tiger year, my year is supposed to be a little extra. Mom never lies. 2022 is tiger. Excellent. That's a lot of confirmation in the chat, so that's amazing. Mom never lies. You are correct. D&M recap episode 30, Sea Ward. My boys set out to try and find the last doppelganger for Princess Bonnie or Princess Misdirection, our doppelganger, and her Goliath fighter bodyguard, who turned out to be named Tiffany, says that the last they heard of the last shapeshifter from anywhere is that they are hiding out in the Sea Ward. So then my boys this morning got up. Tipsy was finishing reading the Manual of Quickness of Action, but before they headed out, the other 3, they were met at the door by Kylor and the Steam and Steel kiddos, where Toot Toot asked Kylor about halflings, specifically of the were-rat variety, and Rock and then Toot Toot entertained the kids with some illusion work and a rendition of Baby Shark. And then they went off to the Sea Ward, where they explored around a little bit. They explored the most ostentatious ward of Waterdeep, and Toot Toot saw a glimpse of color, but then after a while they kind of fittered out, where they stopped at an outdoor cafe and were met by Volo Thangadon, who was making the rounds. And after some brief questions, then Volo told them that families of note here on the Sea Ward are the Castle Lanterns and the Grolhuns, and that as the day wound down, then they stumbled across the Plaza Grolhund, where Onyx and Rock circled around the premises, not very stealthily, and were called out, and they kind of all ran away. So that's where we left them off. So, excuse me. All right, great. So after Rock and Onyx regathered, then they start walking eastward towards the northward to get back to Tipsy's Tavern, their headquarters. And as they're walking, then Toot Toot says, gentlemen, hold on a second. I want to write something down real quick. Onyx. Yeah. Can you stay really still? And then Onyx, because Onyx is significantly shorter, like 2 feet and 2 inches shorter than Toot Toot, but his bone armor and his gazer helmet. Oh, okay, no, he has a smoothish skull gazer helmet. So Toot Toot goes, yeah, just hold on 1 second. I want to write something and use your head as a flat surface. Okay. And then Onyx stands still, and then Toot Toot takes out a paper bird and then writes a kind of brief message and then folds it up, because the paper bird has these printed lines on it where you can fold it up into a origami crane. And as he does so, he says to it, "I'll go," and then he lets it go, and then the paper bird flutters out of his hand and goes into the night sky. And then Rock looks at Toot Toot questioningly, and then Toot Toot goes, "Hopefully, we will have a couple more answers here in a bit. But, gentlemen, let's go home because I am quite tired. And, Rock, we have Leaf Rock." And then you hear Rock go, "I forgot I was swept away." And so Rock kind of swishes forward at a quick pace. Oh, there's little chipboard crumbs all over my desktop now because of me opening the figurines. So hold on a second. All right, so then they head towards the Tipsy's Tavern, which is the headquarters of Victorious, which is a couple-story tall, kind of rundown manor and tavern. And then busting through the door is Rock, the half-orc wizard, panting, Leaf, I am so sorry. Here are 3 very big and very heavy for the last 300 feet or so bags of chalk that we did get earlier in the day, and I promised that I would bring them by after we got them, but we were swept away to the seaward for following clues for the investigation." And then he kind of trails off because Leaf, the half-elf ghost, already swooped up and grabbed the one really big bag and starts hauling it off and gestures thank you in ASL, which is ASMR sign language. But Leaf has a -3 strength modifier, so let's roll to see how far he gets. Oh, 15. Okay, that's pretty good. I need to print out Spectre's stats so that we can have them in the notebook, so that if Leaf does stuff, then I could just turn to that. So another 100 feet, the bag kind of starts drifting downward, but manages not to hit the floor at all. But that was just one bag. And then Rock is just kind of still catching his breath and then weaving his excuses. And then Leaf comes back and he's listening and nodding, but waiting for Rock to finish. But he's grabbing towards the other bag. 9. Okay, so yeah, the first one took a lot out of Leaf. And so then this one drifts down to the ground halfway through the big expanse of the tap room on the first floor. So the bag kind of meets the ground and starts dragging a little bit. And the colored, this rainbow dust comes out of it and dragging along. But from a couple episodes, from episode 21, Words, they have the bottom floor already sealed with resin. So the previous chalk artwork of this forest path and this little pond area with rocks and fish inside, they're all protected. Leaf can just simply sweep that away. And then the last bag, a tired half-elf with disadvantage now. That's a 13, pretty good. And then a 6. Yes, that's what I wanted. Narrative, thank you. So with the 6 minus 3, then the last one, Rock kind of hands it over and then immediately and then just kind of lands there. And then now as Rock has caught his breath, then Leaf is now out of breath. Even though he's a specter/ghost, so would he have breath? Yeah, for comical value. The exchange of energy there. So then, let's see. By this point, it's 8, 9 p.m. at night. Look at how good my colored boys look, y'all. We're doing it. It's becoming... I had pre-show music. I am doing... lovely. And it's raining outside, which is my favorite weather. And I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons by myself, with lovely people in my chat watching along. So thank you. So let's see. So yeah, it's at night. 13 hours. How will that wind up? 12 hours. So yeah, no. Tipsy woke up early enough so that by this time he's finished. But he's very well. Evans is yes, odd is no. So that's a natural 1. So a very... Wait. I think... Okay. Well, no. Yeah, I like this. So a natural 1. A very tired Tipsy starts to come down the stairs, kind of. And since he's so small, since he's 2'10", he's only on the second floor, like his room. And so then he kind of, you hear like some tiny feet meet the top of the stairs, and then he kind of sits down and then drags his legs over one step and like stand up on the next step down. Oh boy. And then he sits down and then swings his legs out. It's very much like a kid being really tired going down the stairs. And then for, like 3 whole minutes, then as Onyx and Rock and Toot Toot enter into the tap room proper and Leaf stows away the colored chalk, then they kind of watch as Tipsy, oh, God. Oh, I'm so sore. Why am I sore? Ugh. 5 more steps. And then he just finally, sits at the very bottom step. Hey, guys. Let me tell you, if you've never read, a super magical book, Rock, you probably have. Finishing up some really, century-old magic. Hey, guys. And then Toot Toot, oh, little buddy, you are exhausted, aren't you? You're exhausted. I'm tipsy. Oh, I should drink. And, his eyes are drooping real hard. And then he goes, oh, Rock, come here. Yes, Tipsy? Closer. Oh, good. Are you okay? Yes. And then the 5'11" half-orc wizard bends down, and then Tipsy goes, hey, man, here's the dumb book. I'm finally done with it. I'm done with the dumb book. It wasn't dumb, it taught me a lot, but, it's just, I'm so tired. And then Rock, oh, are you giving it to me? Yeah, man, I have no use for it, and I don't want it. I don't want to see it again. Just please take it. And so then from Tipsy's inventory, he pulls from behind him this very big book. But as I have written down in inventory, it has no weight and it feels lighter than air. So he kind of pushes it in the air and it floats gravityless towards Rock. Oh, and then he picks it up and then he immediately goes to the bar and then sits down in a bar stool, sits the book down, and then opens to page 1. The Manual of Quickness of Action. Ooh. And then he's starting to read it. And then Tipsy's like, bro, you know that it doesn't have any magic for 100 years because I just drank it all? And then Rock calling over his shoulder going, every book has magic. Which is very sweet. So Rock is reading at the bar, and then Tipsy is now he's leaning, and then his face is up against one of the banisters of the railing of the stairs, and he's just, so what did you guys all do? And then Toot Toot catches Tipsy up on what they discovered in the Sea Ward, and Onyx kind of drags a chair somewhere, and he just plops down into it because it's nighttime and they are tired. Let's see. And with all that, with Tutu catching Tipsy up, then Tipsy goes, "Oh shit, that's a lot, huh?" "Yes, it was. A lot of good information. It was really quite a lovely neighborhood, really. You could tell there was a lot of pretension there, but as part of the nicer neighborhood in Waterdeep, it was fabulous, honestly. So I wrote a letter to Algo because..." Then you hear a knock at the door. Oh, good. Yeah, I didn't want to really explain it. So here we go. And then Tutu goes to open the door. And on the other side, we see two familiar figures. One, a blue tiefling, like a dark blue skinned tiefling with these ribbed black antelope horns that spiral up vertical, and a human man who is quite handsome, roguish looking, a human swashbuckler, and standing outside of Tipsy's tavern is Ago and Rainier Neverember, who kind of leans forward and into the tavern. "It's quite a nice place you got here." And Tutu goes, "Oh, well, hello, Rainier. Ago, is Bonnie unable to come?" And then she goes, "Yes, she is quite tired from working. This is a holiday week, so a holiday 10-day, so Bonnie will be working quite a lot. So it works out timing-wise that we are here to help her and the other doppelgangers. So..." And then Tutu, "Yes, okay, I figured as much, but I just wanted to check. Come in, please, welcome one and all to Tipsy's Tavern." And then Tutu gestures grandly back behind him, and then you hear a at the bottom of the stairs as Tipsy has passed out. And Tutu goes, nuts. That would be, well, the namesake is a tired Tipsy's Tavern, so come on in. And so then Algo and Rainier enter, and they gather seats and a late dinner that comes out of their rations, I guess. Future Victor, mark off a ration for everyone. Well, they bought like a kind of a brunch, so that was hours ago, and Tipsy hadn't eaten, so technically, Future Victor, Tutu, Rock, and Onyx. I could just do this. Save Future Victor 45 seconds of writing. Remain. Lord Toot Toot still looks gorgeous. Thank you, PBO. Swashbuckler. Hey. Yep, that is the class. I think it's a rogue subclass, but so then gathered and eating food, then Toot Toot catches Ago and Rainier up on what's transpired since. Well, okay, he catches Ago up on the doppelganger progress, which goes as follows. Yes, so the doppelganger progress is that we found Sheen, who is the mentor in the theater, and we found, completely by coincidence, her bodyguard, who is a Goliath fighter in the Yawning Portal. If you two know, a Yagra Stonefist turns out to be one of the doppelgangers, Tiffany. So that was a wonderful set of circumstances. And speaking of circumstance, he perhaps Tiffany knew that the last member of the Shapeshifters from Anywhere happens to be in the C Ward, and so we looked and we didn't find him today, but we have a lead that 2 families in the C Ward of the Castle Lanterns and the Grolhund are having a festival, a party, a grand celebration at the end of Fleet's Wake to celebrate the 10-day holiday. So, do either of you know anything about that? And, do they? Oh, I can roll a ding dang thing, huh? And then, so these 2. Ooh, okay, great. So, Rainier goes, that's quite a story. I don't know really about them. I've never heard them before. And you lot have been through a lot since the last time I saw you, so that's quite impressive. I saw Argo leave, and I questioned her, leave from the awning portal, and I asked her about it, and she said that you two have, all of you have been waves throughout Waterdeep, and making especially significant marks for the Harpers, which I am a part of as well. So I wanted to come here and really congratulate you and tell you that you are being noticed and appreciated. And then Tutu going, well, thank you, Rainier. That means a lot from the son of the former Open Lord of Waterdeep, and a gentleman yourself. Well, of course. And then I'll go, even more exposition. Sorry, Papi. I'll go in her French accent goes, yes, I know of the Castle Lanterns and the Grolhund. I've heard them in perhaps shadier circles, but they flaunt a lot. They have, of course, riches, but they mainly do a lot of business, either, let's say about half legitimate and questionable methods. And not a lot is known about them personally. When they do throw these events, then when they do throw these events, then they are nice, but they are very surface. They are more spectacle than substance. And Tutu goes, okay, well, not a lot is known about them, but they do a lot of business. So, of course, they're filthy, stinking rich. Interesting. Well, that is good to know. Victor kind of forgot why he wrote down that Toot Toot summons Zago. Oh, interesting. Okay, great. So, wow. Yeah, I kind of really blanked on that. Oh, well. So, Toot Toot then continues. Here's the thing. So, I would assume that the circumstance, well, I guess they are male, having a high lord noble name of Sir, that circumstance would show up to the party, but that is many days away. This is only the first day of Fleet's Wake, and the end of Fleet's Wake is on the 30th, and today's the 21st of Shay. So we know that a group of peoples is coming after the doppelgangers and the shapeshifters. Is there anything we can do to hurry that up? Because we could wait until the party, but by then it might be too late. So I'm concerned about the timetable here. And then Rock, who puts a finger in the book that he's reading and kind of closes it a little bit, he turns around from the bar, and actually he realizes that his finger being in the book isn't great, so he's fishing around in his bag for like a bookmark and takes it and puts it in. And he goes, so about that, I have some thoughts on the walk over here, of course, that in the last episode, that was not my best performance. I do regret, because sometimes in the heat of the it may slip one's mind. One might forget that one's an illusion wizard that can use disguise self, or perhaps invisibility. So, not my best work. So I would actually like to volunteer before the night is through, and perhaps with the cover of darkness, that I go back and try. You know, Onyx rushes in. That's a very good slogan, but it's Rock plans a little bit better. Rock is good out here. So I volunteer of going back. If we can have, he's very sleepy right now, but I was thinking of also Tipsy, especially with the added bonus of him being a lot quicker, and that translates into stealth. I would... Should we let him sleep, or should we wake him up? Victor has a good idea. You know what? Yes, Rock is going to take initiative, which was actually Rock's downfall in the last episode, but nevertheless, here we go. Hopefully he will forgive me. And then... oh, even better. I have... Ooh, what does that mean? Cool. So, sorry, I'm juggling a couple things at once. Kiss from a Rose Seal. In the chat, Admiral says, basically their party food is horrid. Tastes bad, looks good, disappointing everyone, although they would never admit it. Perfect explanation of the food at my cousin's wedding. It had no soul. That's pretty good. All right, so... Rock goes up to the sleeping Tipsy, and he digs through his bag again, and then pulls out this frumpled little folded up cloth triangle, and then he puts on the Hat of Wizardry, which requires no attunement, but this antiquated cone-shaped hat adorned with gold crescent moons and stars, and then Rock's whole aesthetic, his whole visual is that it's like faded blacks, and his clothes have been washed way too many times. So it's kind of like this thrift store black, and Rock, with the Hat of Wizardry, can try to cast a cantrip you don't know. The cantrip must be on the wizard spell list, and you must make a DC 10 intelligence arcana check. Hey, finally Rock can use arcana, his +6 to arcana. If the check succeeds, you cast the spell. If the check fails, so does the spell, and the action used to cast the spell is wasted. In either case, you can't use this property again until you finish a long rest. Well, it's night, so what better time to use this thing that he doesn't use a lot? So, Rock will put on this hat, and then... So if the thing fails So does the spell. Okay. But let's turn to the wizard cantrip that I have in mind right now. That's great that it's only cantrips on the wizard spell list, because I was like, damn, I have to write 1-sentence summaries of all of the cantrips in D&D. Yeah, I mean, I'll do it, but cool. Here we go. So what was that? Plus a 10? So Rock needs to roll a 4 or better. And that is a natural 1. So Rock goes, okay, I'm going to try this. I think it's going to work out very... And then as Rock walks over to the sleeping Tipsy, who... Then Rock reaches down with his heliotrope hand and touches Tipsy's shoulder, and then Rock confidently looks back at the group and waggles his eyebrows, and then he... And then, with a natural 1, this shocking grasp evocation cantrip, lightning... So, you can see Rock's hand as lightning sparks and springs to deliver a shock to a creature you try to touch. However, with a natural 1, and this not working out great, Rock needs to make a melee spell attack against himself. That's a 3, so that doesn't really work either. So, you have you have advantage on the attack roll if the target is wearing armor made of metal. Rock only has like these little clasps holding his cape together, like his robe, kind of. So that that's not armor. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 lightning damage, but for funsies, I'm going to roll a 1d4, just because. That's a 2. Okay, cool. So, with this, Rock leans down to wake Tipsy up with a shocking grasp, and he does wake up Tipsy, but only through his shrieks. So, Rock shocks himself for 2 points, which jostles Tipsy awake, just the noise itself, and Tipsy goes,
What? What are you... Hey, man, what's up?
and then, like, that took me down almost a quarter of my health.
What? What did? Wait, what?
And then also on my limited resources sheet, I have that little triangle for the Hazard of Wizardry, which has been used. Check. Cool, because I don't use their inventory a lot sometimes because I forget all of the things they have, because they have like 100 items dispersed throughout all of them. The chat says, ouch, rack, blue, Huggles, love Jew, now Jew can meet the boys. What is... Oh! Okay, so the font color for Dodie or something and the Reckless Troubadour are the same, so I thought my mom was saying ouch, and then I was like, where did that come from? Like retcon? But no. Hello, Reckless Troubadour. Huggles, love Jew, now Jew can meet the boys. Oh, no, Rock, Nat 1. Yep. So, hello, Reckless Troubadour. Thanks for coming, Kev. Rock woke Tipsy up, and then Tipsy goes,
What? What happened? Are you okay?
yes, I'm fine. I'm just going to sit down now and peruse a little bit more of the book. And then Tipsy,
Okay, yeah, you do you.
and then Rock kind of stunned, like his hair frizzled a little bit, like if you don't have conditioner, then like the little hair flyaways as he sits down at the bar. And then cool. So then Toot Toot's now picking up the ball and going, so Rock, now having sat down, Tipsy, we were thinking about maybe going back to the Plaza Groll Hunt. If you, the sneakiest and the quietest of the group, if you would like to tag along, so that we can show you a little bit of the Sea Ward also. And yes, how about it, buddy? And then Tipsy goes,
Yeah, you know what? I've been, except for yesterday, I've been inside reading a whole bunch. So, I had a nice little nap, which only lasted like 2 minutes. But, yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Because I'm super quick now. Oh, well, actually, no, even better. The new pages. Yeah, I have new pages because every 5 episodes I want to try and like print out my new pages. And I sure do with yes. So with Tipsy having gained +2 to his dexterity, it went from a 16 to an 18, which makes the modifier go from +3 to +4, and then his max, he can max up to 20 normally for any of the ability scores, but now his max is 22, so throughout more D&Me adventures, then if he can find a way to increase his dexterity by 4, then he will have the maximum dexterity and just be fucking real fast. But along with that, then his dexterity saving throw goes up by 1. His acrobatics, his sleight of hand, and his dexterity all go up by 1. So dexterity saving throw is +7, sleight of hand is +7, and then his acrobatics and his stealth rolls are now +10, which is bonkers because he has expertise on it, and he has his +3 proficiency bonus that he gets at level 6, and then +4. So it's a lot. So with expertise for rogues, you can have your normal bonuses to whatever ability skills, but then double your proficiency bonus. So that's how he has a +10. So with that, Dodie or something says, well, first of all, hi there, Reckless Juvenor. And then Dodie or something says, like your shirt, he is rock zap pants. Yep. Ha. But, okay, so Tipsy then kind of looks at everyone going, okay, so now that I read the thing and then all the good feet facts settled in, and then he will roll for stealth right here in plain view of everyone, but it's +10, so we'll see how awesome that is. That is a natural 1. All right, all of the dice that I've been using so far are all in timeout. All in dice jail. So we're going to use new dice from now on because that was a lot of low rolls. So Tipsy goes, "Hala! I'm still really tired, guys. Like, on the inside, I'll do better later. Technically, it was an 11, but also it was a natural 1. So, y'all can see me. Hi, I'm not stealth at all. Hello, I'm not stealth. Hi." And then he's introducing himself as not stealth. Cool. So, with that, why else do I have Ago and Rainier here? I have Rainier here because I wanted to say that he was a harper. Ago, I guess just to catch up the harpers on everyone's ordeals. And as Rock, as a fried Rock is heading towards the door along with a obvious Tipsy, then Toot Toot and Onyx kind of are at the bar because they're gonna stay in tonight. I'm splitting the party a little bit. So as they go by, then Onyx goes, "Oh wait, Toot Toot, you said that if I did something awesome by the end of today, that you would give me the Red Dragon Scale. That I would maybe give you the Red Dragon Scale. Yes. What you got, Onyx?" "Okay, I got," and then he rummages through his little knapsack. "I got a tinderbox, because you needed a tinderbox." "I did need a tinderbox, yes. But a couple episodes ago, I bought a tinderbox." "Oh, well, do you want a second tinderbox?" "No, you have a tinderbox so that, like, if we get separated, but I appreciate that, Onyx, though. I appreciate that." "Okay, hold on." And then he looks hurriedly through his knapsack. How about, okay, here.
And then he holds up this kind of tennis ball shaped gray metallic casing.
Here, hold on. Hey, guys.
And then Onyx kind of hurries over to Rock and Tipsy as they're leaving, and then with one eye over his shoulder staring back at Toot Toot.
Hey, for this quest that you guys are gonna go on, here you go. This is a smoke bomb, so you might be able to use it both sneaking around and stuff. Cause Tipsy, if I can be honest, you weren't very sneaky back then.
Yeah, I know. I'm very tired, Onyx.
Okay, well, like, you're a rogue and stuff, and rogues are supposed to be like stealthy, but I could see you. I could still see you right now. I can see you.
Onyx, bro. Yeah, I know.
Okay, as long as you know. Here is a smoke bomb.
And then Tipsy swipes it.
I know you can see me.
And then he'll try to hide right now, just in the doorway. A 6 plus a 10, 16.
What's that?
And then he ducks behind the door frame, and then Onyx looking back at Toot Toot.
Okay, so where did it go? I guess he is a pretty good rogue.
And then from behind the wooden door frame, you hear,
Yeah, I know. I am a good. All right.
and then Tipsy just starts walking down the stairs leading up to the patio of the Tipsy's Tavern. And then Tutu goes,
All right,
Onyx, come here.
did you see what I did there? That was pretty awesome.
Onyx, you are very generous. So, yes, thank you for offering your tinderbox. I greatly appreciate it. That shows consideration and thoughtfulness. And then a good mind forward for the smoke bomb. So, kudos. Here you go, kid. And then he takes out his red dragon scale that he got for 5 gold, which is $500. And then he gives it over to Onyx, who you see a mouth open wide and eyes open wide inside the gazer helmet, which I forgot to Photoshop, but inside this, like, he's wearing a gazer helmet and it has a Mike Wazowski eye in the middle, and then he takes it and just kind of rubs the red dragon scale on his on his bone armor, which kind of clink, 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 and his vertebra and his beard.
I love it. Yeah.
And Tipsy goes, Tutu kind of looks up at Algo and Rainier going, it was 5 gold, but to see the look at him, he's so happy.
Yeah. I got it. Red dragon scale. Who's got red dragon scale? I got red dragon scale. Who's got red? Hey. I do. I do.
And then Rainier and Algo kind of nod. And then now Rock and Tipsy are walking towards the Plaza Grull Hunt. Ooh. Yeah, right. Cool. Reading my notes, checking chat. Don't do something. Obvious Tipsy is a good band name. We are Obvious Tipsy. And then Blue says, Onyx is so cute.
Thanks.
Hey. So now we are going. Ooh, interesting. We can have a talk. So Rock, who also before they left went to go pick up the manual of quickness of action, which Tipsy gave him now. So I need to mark that down. Okay, good. So Rock goes, thank you very much for the book, Tipsy.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. I think you'll like it because you like reading, and it's a really big book, and there's a lot to read in it. It took me 48 hours and 6 days, or whatever. We'll work out the math later. Yeah, I know you like books, so there you go. Thank you.
And then they walk on a little bit.
So, What? Yeah, catch me up on everything that's been going on today.
Well, and then Rock pulls out Volo's Enchiridion, and then he starts tour guiding, but it's at night now. So the streets are clearing out a little bit, but there are lampposts with continual flame in them, and there's still like it's evening in Spain. So there's still like a good evening crowd out and about, and there's a level of like wealth here that you don't see anywhere else in Waterdeep. And Tipsy goes, "This is a lot of pockets I can pick with my good skills now." And then Rock goes, if we could wait just perhaps a little bit more, maybe that might be a good endeavor on the way back from us figuring out stuff. And then Tipsy goes, "Yeah, that's probably a really good idea. You're really smart, Rock." "Well, thank you. That's what I pride myself in, and you are quite entertaining and a nice person all around, Tipsy." And finger guns.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
You're quite welcome. All right. So I'm trying to think also if they have anything else to like connect and talk about. Because if not, then we could just go on into. But this is a good like character moment. Yeah, so Rock, it's a little awkward silence, but not like unbearable. But Rock goes, "Yes, so we both know Mage Hand. You know a little bit better of a Mage Hand. You know Mage Hand Ledger Domain, and we both know Minor Illusion, and I know a little bit more Minor Illusion. Mine is improved Minor Illusion, but how fun is that?"
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Oh, maybe I can use my Mage Hand Ledger Domain because it's technically invisible. Again, I would strongly recommend that we do that on perhaps the way back, and then maybe if it does not go quite as well as tonight's dice rolls have been going, then we circle around the block perhaps, or not make a straight line back to your tavern. He says, making sure not to say Tipsy's Tavern, just in case Tipsy decides to pick a pocket now, to not give away the name of their exactly where they're going back to fall asleep tonight. So,
Tipsy goes, yeah, I'm not going to do it.
But Rock is reading off Volo's Enchiridion, and I have the map in the back of the book now. So, as they're going from east to west, then he goes, yes, this is the House of Wonder. It was more wonderful in the day because the stained glass windows are magnificent, but now they're all kind of dark. So, this is the House of Moon, appropriate enough. Look, you can see the moon is very well. Actually, y'all, I looked up the whole calendar for 2022's moon cycles because 3 of our characters are literally directly affected by it. So, Rock goes, okay, so this was the half of the moon, but let's see. It looks like 3 days ago was the new moon. Oh, no, 3 days ago was the full moon. So, oh, well, in that case, it would be very big. But now it is waxing or waning. That sounded like Wally.
Waxing.
Wally. Mom, after the full moon, is it waxing or waning? Because it's 3 days after the full moon. I have moons on my phone. I like it. Yeah. Let me know if it's waxing or waning. So Rock looks up and goes, well, the moon is starting to wane now, but you can see it's pretty much like a shaft of light coming down onto the House of the Moon. So that's amazing to look at. Look at that. Oh no, I'm folding up my map so much that it's kind of, the creases are That's okay. That just shows that it's loved. But Rock is showing all these things, and then Tipsy's like, distractedly looking at pockets, and then heavy laden wrists walking by, and then some earrings and some necklaces, and like on men and women and non-binary, and he's just watching them.
Yeah, cool building. Oh my gosh. Look at the treasure on that one.
And then Rock goes, I don't think you're talking about jewelry.
Well,
So then after a little bit, then Rock gets up to where the Plaza Groll Hunt was, and he goes, all right, so a couple hours ago, then me and Onyx separated off. We split up, and then we met in the back, but we were kind of obvious because, I mean, Onyx is pretty obvious.
yeah, he's fun, but I'm obvious and he's oblivious.
That is a way to put it, yes. But I feel that we could be a lot sneakier, you and I can disguise myself, and I could... Ooh, should I disguise myself as, like, Rainier?
Or any of those rich folk back there that we just saw and walked past.
That's good also. Yes, I will do that. Let's see, how is my charisma so that I can act like I'm rich? Not... Oh! And then he looks down at his saddle that is hanging around his neck, which gives him 1 armor class and then disadvantage on all charisma checks. Evens, yes. Odds, no. 2. Okay, that's a low roll. However, then Rock goes, you know what? For this mission, I will choose charisma over protection. So then he shrugs off the saddle and like hides it just kind of in some bushes. Okay, now I do not have disadvantage on charisma. Tipsy, please remind me to go back and pick up that saddle after we are done with this, but otherwise I just have a +1 to charisma. Tipsy, you are very exuberant. What's your charisma?
Baby, I got 0 charisma.
What?
Yeah, I know. But Onyx has -1, so that makes sense. But guess what dude has?
He probably has a very good charisma.
Yeah, he's a +4.
What? Tipsy should at least have a +1. You are in different ways, but you are very charismatic.
Yeah, but you know, some people just,
Rub on people the wrong way. That was poorly worded, but I understand what you mean.
Yeah, I rub off on people.
Oh, okay, hold on a second. So Rock will take off his saddle. Oh boy, cool. So Tipsy has the smoke bomb. Tipsy has a smoke bomb. I should write some of these things down. All right. Rock took off his saddle. Took off saddle. Tipsy. Smoke bomb. All right. Dodie or something says, after the new moon, it gets bigger, like adding wax to it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I like that mnemonic. Admiral says, does the House of the Moon serve moon pies? Ha ha ha. Naughty, lol. I did make an excellent joke. There is a moon goddess named Seun, I think. And there's a halfling family in the dock ward, very down south, named the Peabodys, and they have a homebrew in their basement where they like have a little like just homebrew area where they make stuff and put it in mason jars. And then one of them is Seun Shine, so the moon goddess, which is very fun. So let me open the page to the Plaza Girl Hunt and see what we see. All right. Will Rock use disguise self now? Or will he use invisibility? He took the thing off, so that's leaning more towards disguise self. But what was the invisibility thing I read earlier today? Ooh, boy, something. Oh, no. Stop. Oh, I see. Hold on a second, y'all. So, too many toys on my desk. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right. Okay. I feel much better about that. So, Rock will, in fact, use disguise self to make himself look like... Has he seen anyone important? Or it'll just be some rando. He will roll to see how good it is. Disguise self. Okay. He will roll to see how good it is. That's not how the spell works, but I wanted to. Rock, disguise self. In my notes, I have level 1, disguise self, 1 action self. It's a verbal and somatic, and lasts an hour. And then for the one, like the description, I put ... disguises ... self ... So, he will roll to see how good this is. With a 10 plus Arcana. Wait. Okay. Yeah, he rolled a natural 1 for using the Hat of Wizardry. Okay, that's right. But a 10 plus 6, I'll use that plus 6. So 16. Great. He makes himself look like I like this. Because I want a little like racial diversity with Rock, because one time he disguised himself as a thin, lanky Asian fella to go into Bookworm's Treasure to talk to Paige. But this time, he disguises himself as like this very put together Indian lady. So like a nice, deep, rich brown skin and some fancy white silks around her head and like coming across her neck and getting into a dress and very pretty makeup, well done, like the wings for the eye makeup. And Tipsy, checking the streets, goes,
Okay, so yeah, wow.
and then Tipsy looks dink at the neck and then dink at the wrists and sees, some pretty convincing jewelry. And he goes, and then he looks around.
Oh, you're Rock. Oh, okay, great. Wow, wow. That's wonderful. Thank you. Whoa, and you're working on a voice too? Yeah, I'm trying, but I won't speak that much because, well, maybe this voice will work. Who knows? Yeah, you look great. So, we're gonna go and then sneak around just to see what we can see more. Yes, I think so.
All right. With that, Tipsy. Okay, I actually have a page for stuff. According to the book, Waterdeep's Dragon Heist, they need to succeed on a DC 15 Dexterity Stealth check. This is what was trying to figure out earlier. A character who has proficiency in the stealth skill can take disadvantage on the check to grant advantage on another party member's check, essentially compensating for a less stealthy companion. So Tipsy, he has a lot of stealth. He has plus 10 in stealth proficiency. So would he give it, or would Rock use a performance? Or stealth? Half his proficiency. Deception, performance. Stealth. This is a skill that Rock doesn't use a whole lot. So with this, then you can see Rock kind of straightening up and moving about to get a feel of his new form. And you can feel that his breath is very measured, that he's trying to calm himself down. And he will cast a second level spell also called Borrowed Knowledge, where from the Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos, if he casts this, then he gets half his proficiency onto a skill that he does not have proficiency in. Which, I just want to double check to see if that's right. Half proficiency in one skill. Oh, okay, so he gets the full proficiency. That's even better. So, right now, he has a plus to performance, so that could be a +3, or he has a +2 to stealth, so that could be a +4. And does Tipsy want to get disadvantage? No, Tipsy has, there were bad rolls, so I just want to keep them separate. Okay. So yeah. All right. Tipsy will use stealth. Rock will use stealth +2 or performance. He took off his saddle, so I'm going to honor that with a charisma. So that'll be a +10. Tipsy has a +10 to stealth. Rock has a +3 to performance. Okay. All right. So, amazing. Rock rolled a 17 +3 performance. That is a 20. A dirty 20. An unnatural 20. Tipsy rolled a 2 +10 to stealth, which is a 12. So, so gracefully gliding across this evening cobblestone streets, then this female Rock is pulling it off. They are walking and not in a hurry, not drawing attention to themselves, but just almost like a vision, like just they're so pretty right now, but it's one of those, it's so pretty that you look and you're like, oh, well, I can't really look. So hiding in plain sight, Rock is drifting down the street, and then Tipsy, like his first step, he like trips and stubs his toe a little bit, and he's like, ow. Oh gosh, I'm so tired. All right. Being stealthy. Oh, being stealthy. And then Tipsy hobbles off into the shadows, and you can hear the bushes like where he's being. So that's not great. But as they approach, then they can see, this is stuff in the book, y'all. I'm reading off stuff in the book. Because over the past many episodes, I've kind of been doing my own homebrew, so this is going back to the campaign. The The streets around the villa have pedestrians and coaches traveling along them at all hours, though traffic is heavier during the day. So during the evening, they saw more people than they see right now. And it is like a kind of a nightlife kind of going on. Not rowdy, but there's still plenty of people. This is like New York, a city that doesn't really sleep. The estate is enclosed by 12-foot-high stone walls that require a pretty hefty athletics check to negotiate without the aid of climbing gear or magic. When we're in the Sea Ward, then you can see some signs around everywhere, periodically posted, where it has a clip art silhouette of a seal at the top, and then it describes like this neighborhood watch. So neighbors and bystanders alert to watch if they hear loud, disturbing noises coming from the estate or if they see anything suspicious. So really, with Rock walking their easygoing way down the street, that's not suspicious. Tipsy is like in the dark shadows of the bushes, but I would say like if a neighbor's watching, then there's nothing suspicious. But if you're kind of close, then you can hear like the rustling.
Ow, ow, are those thorns? Oh, come on.
Dodie or something in the chat says, wow, Rock, finally he gets a good roll, pulling it off. I know, right? So, they are going, and then something really cool I wanted to show all of you. How do I do this again? Okay. Hold, please. Nope. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Oh, nothing happened. Okay. I just saw my own screen share. That was terrifying. Because those are all my notes. Okay. Here we go. Let's see. Boop. So this is the Plaza Gralhund. This is the map out of the book. And one of my favorite things is the dramatic irony of not knowing what's inside of a building. So even though Victor knows what's inside of the building, I love playing the dramatic irony for the audience. So that's how I'm doing that. So you see this kind of trapezoidal property. And as Rock and Tipsy are kind of coming up this way, then heading, they see that it's a 2-story building, and as they cross over, just seeing the outside of the wall, then they can see a set of ornate iron gates right here, G1. The characters... okay, so they come across a set of ornate iron gates, and they kind of slow their pace, and then Tipsy will roll hopefully better, sitting in these bushes right outside. That's a 6 plus 10. That's a 16. Still not great rolls. All right. And the characters through the gates can see a yard with several large trees, as well as 2 footpaths leading to a 2-story brick mansion, and eastward towards a detached house. So, how do I do this? Okay, let me see. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Cool. This is great. So, because it said that you can see a detached house, then I deleted this little square of black. This black little rectangle. So, yeah, you can see this is a detached house, and then this is the main building. And you can see some large trees, and because it's my personal symbol for spring, then they are blooming pear trees, and they're starting to blossom, and I love it. And coming up, interesting. So coming up to the Iron Gate, then Rock kind of talks to themselves, and I'm using themselves as the pronouns right now because I don't know, because Rock is presenting themselves in a female form, so my instinct is to say her, but Rock identifies as he, him, the half-orc wizard. So I kind of want to meet in the middle and just say they, them. But I kind of like the gender fluidity of Rock right now. That's really cool. I like that a lot. So they, them kind of speaks out loud to themselves. Could you please check out the gate and check for traps? I'm sure there is some magic. And Tipsy goes, oh yeah, no, I can totally do that, huh? Check for traps. How do I do that? That's perception, huh? Well, guess what, baby? I'm super... Well, what did he roll? Oh, 16. Okay, so he goes, yeah, well, guess what? I'm actually pretty good at that. So let's use yet another die. That's a 4. Plus an 8. So a 12 perception. He goes, they're probably magic and they're probably locked because it looks like the Sea Ward doesn't mess around. Yes, I figured as much. Okay, well, and then both of them will roll. Oh God, y'all, this is a bad night for rolling because Rock rolled a 6 plus 1 for perception, so that's a 7 altogether. And then Tipsy rolled a 3 plus an 8, so that's an 11 perception altogether. And so while they're talking, then Tipsy goes, oh God! And he kind of ducks back into the bushes. I need more dice. All of my dice are in dice jail now. So he kind of ducks away, and then Rock finds themselves. What is it? Oh. And then here's the of the gates opening. Tipsy will use this opportunity to hide again. Okay, good. So Tipsy and then ducks into the bush, and with an 11 plus 10, finally a great roll. Well, I mean, still, it could be a lot better. But a 21, then Tipsy vanishes, and then Rock, with their 20 performance check from earlier. Well, I guess they would have to re-roll because now they have a new set of circumstances. So an 11 plus 3 performance with a 14. Yeah, that's fine. Because then Rock is heavily disguised as this very beautiful woman. So it doesn't look suspicious. Like standing outside in the street, they look like a higher wealthy class. So that doesn't draw attention. But the iron gates swing outwards and opens, and then you see a 3-foot tall kind of mechanical being walk out and stops. It this golden automaton mechanical being walks a straight line out in between the gates and stops, and then waits as the gates close behind them, and turns on their heel. With a 2, doesn't see anything wrong with anything, and then like turns on its heel, and then you can hear like the little bits and clangs of metal and clockwork, kind of gears whirring, and as it kind of walks in a straight line past Rock and Tipsy down the street, and you hear a from Rock as they're facing the now resumed closed gates, and in the bushes then Tipsy, hiding with a 21 stealth roll, hears, "Yeah, that was a close one, wasn't it?" And then Tipsy looks around to see a face staring at him in the bushes. And that is 8:31. I'm going to take a intermission right now. And, yay, good. This is good. Oh, this is so much fun. I love this game. And I love y'all watching it with me and experiencing the story along with it. So, intermission. I'll be right back.
Great. Just so you guys know, there's no group set.
Hello.
No, we're going to do this.
I'm the sandwich aficionado. I used to rap in college. I rapped about bread. They'd call me Two Slice. And some other things. A bacchanalia beef lust. The sweet sarcasm of maple bacon. The Cobble Stone Kaiser roll dusted in corn, not mutton bone, as was the custom in the 16th century.
Victor, I'll have you go first. I'm going to go around the table. I want you to keep it simple and be clear and concise. Victor, would you like to get us started?
Absolutely. Nos autem fratris transfigurave in RSA et AES et secure anti-information.
You guys are brilliant, and I love what you bring to the table.
Times change. Now you can set a budget and receive alerts about your progress. Times change. Now you can go online to schedule an appointment. Sweet time.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock!
Wait, for real? Cut. Sorry.
From the Atlanta Braves.
It's a baseball player. How can one baseball player do this to us? Why aren't you wearing any shoes? We have to get the punk who did it to us. Whoa.
So I got my buddy here. Yeah, there he is. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop! Oh, stop. My cash pop number today is 6.
Like, haha funny? You mean all pixelated, blurry, and cropped weird? Just email everybody and send them a new file. I'm gonna do a blacksmith workshop. This is now a hostile work environment. I'm gonna call HR. Hello, HR? Yeah, it's Rachel again. I voted for my producer because I like hot breakfasts and a crafty with fruit snacks. Decaf chocolate milk. We're gonna go inside and challenge some folks to play a new game called Flanks. If they win, I have to give them $20. But if they lose, I'm gonna drink their beer.
Hey everybody, I'm back. Dodie or something says, I love the progressing length of your hair and beard through that. Yeah, you can do, especially since kind of my latest stuff is first. And so you can, but yeah, it's nighttime. This is the wintry one, so this is snow, but I wanted a nighttime field. And we're back. So, Tipsy in the bushes is staring at this small face, staring Cheshire cat, like wide grin back, and there is a beard, an orange beard with no mustache, and this short little gentleman is dressed up in kind of dark clothing, and he goes,
So, what are we doing here? Why are we hiding? Are you up to no good? Good, I like no good. I'm often up to no good.
Who are you?
Well, that'll take some of the fun out of it if I tell you immediately. So, instead, what's this?
and then this small guy starts with a very blatant checking all of Tipsy's pockets, like quickly, and checking the multitude of pockets, and Tipsy's, whoa, 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 whoa. So that'll be his sleight of hand versus Tipsy's sleight of hand. Oh boy, that is a 19 plus 6 versus an 11 plus 7. So 25 versus 11, 18. Then the other man pulls from one of Tipsy's deep pockets the kind of coaster sized in their hands.
Oh wait, my screen share is still up, so that's why my computer's going.
So then pulls out a coaster sized platinum piece, and he goes,
Oh, what's this now?
and then Tipsy goes, give that back, that's not yours.
Well, I imagine it's not yours either, so I'm just gonna keep it.
And then he puts it in one of his pockets, and then you see this tiny green 3-piece suit on him, double-breasted, like a bunch of buttons. And then Tipsy goes,
No, seriously, give that back.
and then he reaches out, and this small gentleman grasps Tipsy's wrist and goes,
No, that's not how you'll do this. This is how we'll do this.
and then he then the small gentleman holding Tipsy's wrist in his hand then leans back, and then through he summons a green portal and then backs off into it, and then Tipsy goes and then gets sucked through this like swirling green vortex and into some nether into some ether, and Rock is left alone in the street going,
Well, that was a close one, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
and then tumbling through this kind of green smoke fog vignette, and then Tipsy tumbles into this room, and it's a square room, and it's kind of dark, and Tipsy tumbles forward, and he knocks up against something. Then you hear him as these pieces of metal like fall out of columns and scatter across the ground, and Tipsy kind of blinking his eyes, even though he has dark vision. He's blinking, and then, where am I? And then he hears a voice across the room. Well, you're here to play with me for a second. And then snap, and then lights brighten this square room, and Tipsy blinks, and then he sees that the metal cascading around him are in fact gold coins, and there are gold coins stacked as high as an elephant's eye all around. And Tipsy, what are you doing? As he's just now guffawed at this vision of wealth. And then across the room, then presentorily on a pedestal, this small figure goes, I'm Buzzed the Leprechaun.
It's good to meet you, Tipsy. I've heard quite a bit about you.
And then Tipsy goes,
Do you do what now?
Yes, I'm Buzzed. See, it's part of the wordplay. I appreciate it. And so he steps forward and kind of like Scrooge McDuck almost, but gliding. He has one foot on some gold and then just like surfing down this small hill of gold coins to Tipsy. And Tipsy goes, I don't... You heard from what? Well, do you know what leprechauns are? You. That's very astute of you. Yeah, correct. But we are fae. So I believe you had an encounter with some fae recently, eh? In fact, it was our birthday. Just not too long ago, just a couple days ago. You avoided most of it, but your friends, they got into a wee bit of a kerfuffle, I say so myself, with some, I wouldn't call them friends necessarily. They're just right bitches, honestly. But you won't tell them, will you?
I don't know. Oh, wait, the hot people?
Huh, yes, the hot people. Tipsy, you gotta keep up. You're dragging behind a little bit. Okay, so, yes, they were fae. One's Faye Reagan, one's Piper Perry, one's Blake Blossom, and the other's Amber Rain, and I'm buzzed. So, yes, as part of Fae Day, the gate between the worlds, the planes, is the thinnest of the year, and for the most part, my kind comes over and causes a bit of mischief and mayhem, and then the weak ones travel back. And now I'm not saying that I'm better than those, honestly, and they're bitches, but I don't necessarily have to return back to the Feywild on a completely tight schedule. So I'm here just to fuck around a little bit. And what better opportunity than someone who is deliciously chaotic? If I don't say so myself, I'm offering you a compliment here, Tipsy.
So who are you?
Tipsy, I swear to the gods. And then this leprechaun, who by this time has like some feathered orange hair in the back, and then the archetypal green top hat appears with the buckle on it, and then he steps forward over some coins. My narration is a little bit Irish now, so he steps forward and then his eyes turn this like violent gold. Tipsy, I'll tell you one last time, you have to pay attention here, boyo.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're going to have a little bit of fun. And what better way to start than with our namesake? So, Tipsy the Force Gnome Rogue against Buzzed the Leprechaun. Whoever finishes this drinking challenge wins back the platinum piece that belonged to neither of us. And then Tipsy perks up.
Yo, I am very good at that. Yes.
And then he's kind of like still on his hands and knees, and then as he's getting up, then Tipsy will try sleight of hand to pocket some of the gold that his hands were resting on. So that'll be a good sleight of hand. A 5 plus a 7 does Buzzed notice with the 19 again. I'm burning through dice, y'all. You know what? No, let's use some. Yes, this would be even better. Some new dice for a new level. We're gonna use 2 gold dice. One from my dad, who bought it for me for Christmas, and then another made by a friend of the show, Scott Cobbs. So, these golden dice will represent Tipsy and Buzzed Lightyear. So, which one? Okay, so we'll do... You know what? No. Poppy, do you want your die to represent Tipsy or Buzzed? Your die to be Tipsy or Buzzed. And Dodie or something, you can type for him if that's easiest. He says Tipsy. Very good choice. So, Poppy's die will be Tipsy, and then Scott's die will be Buzzed. So, let's see. That was a 5. Well, I rolled before I decided to do the dice. So, Tipsy rolled an 18. Hot dog. Plus a 7 for sleight of hand, so that's 25. And then Buzzed rolled a 4. Plus, let's say, that perception. Well, Tutu's perception, which is 3. So a 7. So Tipsy manages to pocket some gold, which I'll say, whoa, that's 17 pieces of gold. That's great. Future Victor, write that down. So he puts it in. He puts a full of gold in his pocket as Buzzed has turned around presentorily to the rest of the room. Now, as you can see here, here's just a wee small accumulation of my personal wealth. And then he turns back around, and by that time, Tipsy's hands were out of his pocket. And here, the wealth of gold, wealth of friends. And he kind of waves his hand, and some of the gold like separates, and out comes a table from the floor. And as it comes fully into the room, then it's actually this kitchen island, and underneath are these cabinets. And then Buzzed reaches down into one of the cabinets, opens it up, and pulls out some bottles. And he goes, have you ever had a water-deep chariot bomb? And then Tipsy goes, a what? A water-deep chariot bomb. It's what we have here on this fabulous day. So we will roll straight-up Constitution saving throws. Best 2 out of 3. Whoever drinks and holds their own the best, gets to keep the platinum piece. So I, as Buzzed the Leprechaun, and I am using this character sheet made by this fabulous Reddit user, monkey_DM, and you can find them on Reddit as monkey_DM or on their Patreon, monkey DM. So I'm using their leprechaun build. It's amazing, and the art does, my black and white printer doesn't do it justice, but the art is amazing. The art is by Graphit Studio, Grafit, Graphit Studio. Doesn't he look amazing? Great. So, Buzz, as he's preparing these 6 shots of this kind of gold, milky liquid, this cream that swirls even when it's still. So he prepares 6 shots of that, and he goes, as a leprechaun, as a small fey creature, any chaotic alignment, I have a constitution of 11. So that's a +0, and I just happen to know, Tipsy, that even though your namesake, you, my friend, are a cheap date, because Force Gnome Rogue, you, sir, have a 10 constitution, which also equates to 0. So we're just rolling straight dice for this. He pairs these 6 milky shots with these half glasses, like these highball glasses of this darker mead. And he goes, all right, so water deep bombs. You take the dark mead, and then you drop in the good stuff, the good cream, and then drink it, and then whoever wins 2 out of 3, or if we're a little bit spicy, then 3 out of 5, but we'll get there when we get there. All right, are you ready, Tipsy? And then Tipsy saddles up to this kitchen island and goes, I've been preparing for this my whole life. And they're off to the races. Oh, what? So, Tipsy rolled a 17. Buzzed rolled a 4. So, Tipsy, even though this is his first water-deep chariot bomb, just like fish in water, then he knows exactly what to do. And then well, actually, I have fucking. So he takes the highball glass, takes the shot glass, and then just almost muscle memory. This inebriation instinct takes over, and Tipsy downs his first glass, and then Buzz, he prepares his, and then like you can hear the clink, and then the shot glass actually slides down as he's drinking, and then bumps his nose, and then you hear of the cream mixing in with the mead kind of spray into the glass, and he coughs a little bit, and then he finishes, and then he wipes his face, which has some spray on it. Well, very good first round. It looks like you've earned your namesake. Oh, went up my nose a little bit. That's discomforting. Are you ready for the next round, Tipsy? And then Tipsy, like, with the back of his wrist, wipes his mouth and then goes, bring it on. And they're rolling for the second one. Okay. Good. Keeping it interesting. Tipsy rolled a 5, and then Buzzed rolled a 10. So, Tipsy kind of spills a little bit as he's assembling his Waterdeep Chariot Bomb, and then it splashes, and then Buzz chuckles across the kitchen island going, oh, well, that'll take some points off of that. And then coming back, then Buzz downs his, and then Tipsy, like, oh, cool. So the first shot, it wasn't hitting him until right now, and then this Fey concoction, Tipsy's a pretty good drinker, and then even though his Constitution saving throw of 0 would say otherwise, like, he has a high tolerance, but while drinking this second shot, then the first one is like kicked the back of his head, and then his periphery like blurs out, and then he can feel like heat on his cheeks and on his forehead, and he can feel his skull, you know, when you drink a lot, and then like you can just feel the tightness of your head. And then Tipsy finishes like kind of wincing almost, and then he puts his glasses down, and then Buzz is looking cockily across the island, going, all right, now, the last one. Are you ready there, boyo?
Call me boyo one more time.
Boyo. Hooah! And then, so, Tipsy, habs and then assembles, but then he was too enthusiastic, so he knocks his cream shot like up against the top rim of the highball glass, and then the cream spills because he got a 2, and then he goes no in slow-mo as the glass falls on the other side of the table, and Buzz triumphantly, with a bit of a cream mustache, he slurps it up. Ah, bad luck there. And this, he holds up the platinum piece and twirls it around in his fingers, is mine now. And so then he places it in a pocket and pats it, and then in the back of a room, then as if it was placed there, the platinum piece is now sitting on top of this veritable mountain of gold. And Buzz looks at Tipsy, then looks back at the platinum piece, and he goes, well, you have another opportunity to maybe win that back, or something else. I'll figure it out. Yes, Tipsy the Forest Gnome Rogue. Let me look at my notes. You know what? We'll do this one last thing. All right. So, Tipsy. And then... Yeah. trying to think. But I can't think too long. So then Buzz goes, you know what? We'll do one last challenge for you because I like you. And there'll be more challenges in the future. But Tipsy the Force Gnome Rogue, you have this opportunity. Then Buzz snaps his finger and the kitchen island sinks down into the floor, and then the floor like starts to widen. So pushing Tipsy backwards and then Buzzed forwards, separating the two, and now the floor, like it's kind of basketball arena, and from the middle of the floor it then opens up again, and then this long rectangle of like this grass turf comes up, boom, and settles into place, and then Buzzed from the other side of this now elongated room goes, okay, so one of my favorite things, of course, is a 4-leaf clover. There is exactly one 4-leaf clover on this patch of grass. You have 10 seconds to find it. And if not, well, something not so good will probably happen. So in 10 seconds, I will roll this die to see, like, I will roll it as many times as I can in 10 seconds to try and hit a natural 20. 10-second timer. Oh, Blue, what was the timer thing you just said? You said a while ago. Blue, if you're still with us, you just said something about a timer. How do I do a 10-second timer so that we can all see it and experience it all at the same time instead of me looking at my second laptop? Maybe timer, Twitch chat, custom timer, create a timer. All right. I think Blue's no longer with us, so I will just use a 10-second timer. Cool. Oh, no, stop. It was doing it already. Okay, so I will reset. I will start. Oh, boy. 10-second timer to roll a natural 20. All right. 3, 2, 1. 7, 18, 3, 9, 13, 15, 19, 3. Dang it. So with that, Tipsy is like, he pounces on the grass and is like squirreling about, looking, and then he is like looking at all these, and there are patches of 3-leaf clovers. And he's going through it and going, how on God's greens can I do this in 10 seconds? And then he looks around, and he's trying to make as much ground as he can without any precision of actually looking, because he rolled like a 19 and 18 and stuff. But he picks one up, he goes, hey, no, and then he throws it. And Buzzed goes, oh no, that's some sour luck there, my friend. I was gonna give you a 4-leaf clover, and then that 4-leaf clover would have been inundated. That 4-leaf clover would have had innate magical properties to give you some luck, like as an actual D&D mechanic. But alas, you didn't win the Waterdeep Chariot Bombs drinking contest. You didn't find the 4-leaf clover, so I'm afraid that maybe our time together tonight is coming to an end. And then Tipsy stands up.
Now, you just wait a second. All right? You.
And then Tipsy will, leap to his feet, and then those 3 magical face shots, like, completely, like, throw him off his balance, and then he, whoa, and like leans and like kind of dances over like one side, making this wide arc. Now you just hold on a second. Buzzed with a 19 plus 3 of a secret roll. Then Tipsy like leans forward and then following his body's momentum, like step, and then like walks straight past Buzz, and Buzz is like, oh, well, this is fun. Watch this. And then Tipsy like, now you just, oh my gosh, what is this? I need like a whole bottle of this. And then he's kind of just making grand fluid gestures around. And with the 14 on Buzzed's ends, then he's watching amusedly like, oh, it's really knocking you on your ass, huh? Well, I guess that Tipsy's more trashed at this point, if I may. And then Tipsy goes, you may not. And then with a sleight of hand, oh, fart. Sleight of hand 2 plus 7. Oh, but Buzzed rolled a 2-2. What? No, not you. So, Tipsy rolled a 19 plus 3, or a 16 plus 3 or something for performance. So, he is acting far more drunk than he actually is. So, he just was using this opportunity to get up closer to Buzzed. And then with that 2 plus a 7 sleight of hand, and then versus Buzzed's 2, then with a sleight of hand waving around grandly, then Tipsy grabs Buzzed's wrist. And he goes,
now what's the thing about leprechauns where if you catch them, then there's something about gold?
And then Tipsy squeezes and Buzz goes, ow, 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 ow. You clever little man.
You're a little man too.
I am. All right, Tipsy. You can let go now. You caught me. That's the whole thing. Like, you don't have to hold on to me.
No, I'm still holding on.
No, seriously, you don't have to. Let go. You. So it's two sub 3 foot tall men kind of just wrestling a little bit, and then Buzz kind of gives up. Like, all right, you can hold my disc. That's fine. And then Tipsy, yeah. All right, now give me your reward. And then Buzz goes, great. So you can have either your platinum piece back, which isn't even yours, or you can have another 10 seconds, and then you can pocket as much gold as you want. Which mechanically will be 10 seconds again, and then Tipsy will roll his D20 as many times as he can to get that much gold pieces. So with that, how much coin does Tipsy have on him right now? He had the platinum piece, but he has the so Tipsy's coinage right now is 325 gold pieces, 23 silver pieces, and 4 copper pieces. So, how many times would I say that I rolled in the 4-leaf clover little mini game? Maybe 8. So, best case scenario, 8 times 20. That's 160 gold pieces. And then a platinum piece is only worth 10 gold pieces. So, yeah, he could. but it's like a platinum piece. So Tipsy will go,
you know what? Yeah, give me the gold. 10 seconds, and then what's the exact wording on it?
And then Then Buzzed goes, okay, so you're going to fey creature lawyer me. Okay, so let's see. The amount of gold that you have... I'm Irish. There we go. I'm kind of going Scottish a little bit. But no, Irish. The amount of gold that you have at the end of 10 seconds will be yours, and you can leave this room with it. You can only use your hands and not using your bag of holding. Damn it. Or waddles. Damn it. Yes, you have to use your hands to... Okay, interesting. You have to use your hands and gather as much gold as you can in seconds, and then whatever you have at the end of that, you can leave out of here with it. Okay?
Okay.
So with hands as specified, then he will roll 2 d20s. I don't know how I can add all of this up here in 10 seconds. This might be like me fit out. No, let's see. If I record me saying it so that I can just rewatch those times. Okay, yeah, I like it. So that we can 10-second timer. Okay. Here we go. Oh, God. It started. Okay. 3, 2, 1. 11, 12, 16, 4, 5, 6, 10, 19, 10, 18, 3, 19, 6, 18. Okay. All right. That was a lot. And I just dropped them instead of shaking them. But it got in more rolls that time. You want us to write it down? Yeah, write that down. No, okay. Let's all listen back to this clip and then write down how much Tipsy went off with some bank, dude. Okay. Here we go. Oh, God. It started. Okay. 3, 2. Okay. Oh. Okay. 3, 2, 1. 11, 12, 16, 4, 5, 6, 10, 19, 10, 18, 3, 19, 6, 18. Okay. That sounded like Poppy at the end there. Okay. All right, so one more time. 3, 2. Okay. 3, 2, 1. 11, 12, 16, 4, 5, 6, 10, 19, 10, 18, 3, 19, 6, 18. Cool. Okay. Awesome. That was fun. Yeah, I'm glad I recorded it too. So the numbers 11, 12, 16, 5, 6, 4, 10, 19, 10, 18, 3, 19, 6, 18. So I rolled 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Not bad at all. All right. These first ones add up to 23, then 20, then 11, then 29, then 28, then 22, then 24. These next two combined are 43. 11 plus 29, I feel that's 40. 28 plus 22, I feel that's 50. Yep. And then 24. And then add those together. Golly, 83. And then 74. And then add those together. 83 plus 74. Butts. And then check my math on that. Please. 83, 74. Where's my ding dang pen? I specifically have not a clicky pen. Okay, good. I have in my pre-show notes, no clicky pen, because in too many episodes you hear. So 7, and then. Okay, so I think it's 157 gold. Let me just use a calculator just to add that all up. Because that was a fun little mini game. Okay. 11 plus 12 plus 16 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 10 plus 19 plus 10 plus 18 plus 3 is 19 plus 6 plus 18. 147. I was off. Okay, one more time. 11 plus 12 plus 16 plus 5. 157. All right, one more time just for science because I got 147 and then 157. So 12 plus 11 plus 16 plus 2. This is all getting edited out of the podcast. Yay, 157. I was right. So, buzzed at the end of this, feeling his drinks, kind of sways a little bit and goes, you know what? That was... Okay. You know what? That was a fun little adventure. Tipsy, we need to get together more often because this is the first of many. And I'm so delighted that... And then Tipsy will roll... Even, yes, odd, no. Natural 20. That's a natural 20. So, that's the most yes. That goes up against Rock's natural 1 when I asked the same thing. So, as Buzzed is waxing poetic, you know, Tipsy, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful... Tipsy has used his smoke bomb. And then... this silvery gray smoke just immediately fills this rectangle room. And then Tipsy, but with a natural 20, I don't know how amazing it's going to be sound-wise. But now, I was thinking for 20 seconds, if this was like just any other even number except a natural 20, I was thinking 20 seconds of playing that game again. But now I'll do a whole 30 seconds of Tipsy rolling to see how much money he can now, with two hands, shovel into his bag of holding with Waddles' help. And if it goes very well, then something else might happen. But let's see. Amazing. That is fantastic. Smoke bomb. Yep, I agree. All right. This may be auditorily unpleasant, but good Christ. All right. Let me record it also so that I can figure out all that math. Half a minute of just numbers. Roll numbers, roll numbers, roll numbers. All right. Okay. 30 seconds. Starting now. 13, 11, 1, 15, 2, 9, 2, 8, 19, 6, 18, 9, 4, 4, 9, 3, 14, 4, 8, 10, 7, 12, 13, 20, 22, 8, 8, 16, 11, 12, 16, 8, 16, 16, 9. Cool. So, that was great. And with 2 natural 20s, hold on. Dodie or something says, does Waddles get a 20 die 22? Does Waddles get a 20 die 22? D29. D20 question mark? Or maybe 4 D20s each paw? I like that. I like 4 D20s each paw for Waddles. So, on top of all that, that'll be an additional 20 and a 1. And then a 15 and an 11. 20 and a 1, 15 and 11. Because I didn't record that. All right, 20 and a 1, 15 and 11. I like that. Yeah, a D20 or maybe 20s each paw. So, okay, before I count all that, then Tipsy. So I think this is the beginning of a beautiful relay. And then Tipsy with just both hands, which is still technically, well, I mean, he's using just hands, although up against the rule of bag of holding and up against the no waddles either. It doesn't matter. Then Tipsy is shoveling in, and then Waddles jumps out of Tipsy's pocket and then just skydive, like he's sprawled out all this, and then he, like a claw machine, lands on top of a pile of gold and like he scoots his arms and his legs together, and that amount, 21, 15 and 11, that's how much gold like he gets after Tipsy picks him up and then puts him back in his pocket. So that's 21 and then 26. So 7 gold that Waddles got, which is amazing. 21, 26, 47. Yeah. So that, and not only that, but we rolled 3 natural 20s in all of that mess. 1 from each die, which is great. And then Waddles rolled a natural 20. So absolutely Tipsy does get back that platinum piece. So let me write that down as well. Platinum piece. 157 gold, 47 gold. Okay, 157 gold from the first round, 47 gold from Waddles, and then whatever this mess will be. So, again, I might do the math later, but I just want to hear it back. Because if you heard, there was a little bit of a stall where one of my die was jumbled up in the mouse cord, and I was like, oh no! Okay. So...
Starting. Now. 13, 11, 1, 15, 2, 6, 9, 2, 8, 19, 6, 18, 9, 4, 4, 9, 3, 14, 4, 8, 10, 7, 12, 13, 20, 22, 8, 8, 16, 11, 12, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 127, 16, 11, 12, 16, 8, 16, 16, 9. Cool.
I didn't get all of that. So, one more time.
Starting. Now. 13, 11, 1, 15, 2, 6, 9, 2, 8, 19, 6, 18, 9, 4, 4, 9, 3, 14, 4, 8, 10, 7, 12, 13, 20, 22, 8, 8, 16, 11, 12, 16, 8, 16, 16, 9. Cool.
Neat. Yay. That's great. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, boy, I don't think I did that right. But how many rolls did I get in 30s? 15 rolls. Not bad at all. Versus how many did I get for... So 7. Interesting. So, neat. I like it. I will not... Oh, wait, no. Hold on. 15, 16, 17, 18. So, I ended up getting 18. Yeah, my thing was wrong. So, we rolled 7 for the first round, and then here in the smoke bomb, it is 18 rolls. Yeah, I will do all that math later because I will not. Although, that math looks awesome. Oh, heck, I have 10 more minutes, yeah. All right. I said funky. It's, my Word document is not liking it right now. Okay. So, 13 and 11 is 24. 1 and 15 is 16. 2 and 9 are 11. 3 and 18 are 11. 19 and 26 is 25. 18 and 19 is 27. 4 and 4 is 8. 9 and 3 are 12. 14 and 4 is 18. 10 and 8 is 18. 7 and 12 is 19. 13 and 20 is 33. 20 and 2 is 22. 8 and 8 is 16. 16 and 11 is 27. 12 and 16, that's 28. 8 and 16, 24. 16 and 9, 25. All right, that's it. No, one more round. 24 and 16, 40. 11, 11, 22. 25 and 27, that's 52. 8 and 12, that's 20. 18 and 18, 36. 19 and 33. Cool. 52. 2016. 38. 38. 27 and 20. 27 and 28. 3 to 55. And then 24 and 25. That's 49. All right. 40 and 20, 62. 52 and 20, that's 72. This is awful audio, but this is for me. 36 and 52, that's 88. God, this is a lot of money. 38 and 55, I have no idea. 3, carry the 1, 93. And then 49. I will double check all my math. But 62 plus 72, that's 134. 88 plus 93, that's 1. Take 7 out of 88, so that's 81. So 181. And then 49. I don't see anyone complaining in chat, so I'm going to try and finish this off. 134 plus 181. 5. 1. That might be 315. And then plus 49. 1. 364. Maybe. Most amount of numbers you will ever hear. I could have also just added them all up in the calculator at the beginning, but I wanted to challenge myself to say those numbers out loud and do math out loud because I've always been really bad at it because of my dyslexia. So I've always been really self-conscious about it. And I did it right. 364. So, with 364 more gold pieces plus the 157, 364 plus 157, that is 1, carry the 2, 521? Is that right? 521. With 521 total gold. Oh, did I do waddles in that? I don't think I did. So, 21 plus 47. Yeesh. Yeah. Buzzed did not think this through. And by that I mean Victor did not think this through. So, 521 plus 47. Tipsy leaving this room with 568 gold pieces and 1 platinum piece. Then he kind of just feels himself being sucked backwards through the swirling green smoke vortex, and then you hear you just hear like pleasant and pleased like laughing in this smoky room, and then Tipsy tumbles backwards, and then he feels bush branches like scrape up to the back of his neck and then his back, and then he kind of does he fall out of the bush? Even yes, odd no, then he's staying in the bush and just ow. And then rock for the past you see this Indian woman like from a pretty far across the street like rush towards the pained bush and go, "Are you okay?" And then Tipsy goes, "Yeah, I'm the best I've ever been." And with that stinger, then that is the end of the episode. Ooh. So that was a fun little St. Patrick's Day buzzed the fun. Those are fun mini games. I like it. We had a mini game in Queso Quest, episode 18. So that was fun. But that was like the whole episode instead of like mini games. Nice. So thank you again, everyone that was here watching this. And Crystal Dragon Beats for the pre-show music, and Monkey DM and Graphic Studios for this great character sheet for Buzzed the Leprechaun. Yeah, awesome indeed. Sorry that the last 20 minutes were just numbers. I enjoyed doing live fun and like 4 exclamation points. Thank you, Mom. So that my coin sheet will have a lot more in one of those columns. Oh yeah, that's a lot of money. But thank you very much for watching. I'm Victor Rivera, and this is me, where I play with myself. I stream on Wednesdays, playing D&D with myself. I stream Wednesday nights on Twitch at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I upload the video the following morning, Thursdays, on my YouTube page. Also, I do, like, D and Artistry, and D and Me Like a Drink, a random Monday of every month, and a bunch of other stuff. So today's show will be up tomorrow, Thursday, March 17th, which is actually St. Patrick's Day. So happy St. Patrick's Day. Wear green or else you'll suffer on a pinch. And next week's episode will be live Wednesday, March 23rd. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a bunch of other stuff in podcast form. Where? On my link Linktree, linktr.ee/DnMeAdventures. And like Gnome, I roll to see which of my characters gives tonight's outro. So, Toot Toot and Onyx have already gone. Rock and Tipsy. So Rock will be Onyx, and then Tipsy will be even. Mom says, that was delightful. What a great series of minigames. Buzz was a great TGIBG. What does that mean? That was delightful. What a great series of minigames. Buzz was a great TGIBG. Thing? Maybe? Fun episode. Yeah. Rock will be on. Tipsy will be even. 18. Good. I wanted him to get it. Y'all. I just fell in love. No, that was Onyx's thing a while ago. That was amazing. I should go out and do more stealth stuff later, huh? If that's the reward. Good night.